thought I'd take a few minutes to talk about some of the gear that I like to use. First one is this net. I got this off of Amazon. They call it a trout net, but the reason why I like it is it's got a really wide rubber mesh, and that lets your makes it real easy when the treble hooks are in the net and you don't get a lot of tangles. And I also think this rubber mesh keeps the fish a little more safe when you're taking it in. So I really like that net. It's pretty good. It does not float, which is why I have it tied down. Nope. But it's a pretty good one. Another thing I like about it is it folds at the handle, so if you go like this, it folds down to something a little more compact for transport. And I'll actually put my bag of plastics that I'm taking out on the day inside of that net, along with my grips and pliers, and it'll be all set. So anyway, I'll put a link in the description below for that net. It's pretty sweet. I just bought one for my daughter. That's a fish. Another piece of equipment I like is my paddle. This is a Bending Branches Angler Classic. Really nice, you know, intermediate priced, pretty lightweight paddle. They say if you're paddling a lot on a kayak, you know, spend a certain amount of money on your kayak, but then also spend almost as much on a paddle, because that's the thing you interact with the most. And when you're paddling on a long day, if you have a paddle that's, you know, a little bit heavier, you're going to be sore at the end of that day. So I like this paddle. It's an intermediate price. It's not, you know, it's got these plastic blades, but I like about it, it has this little hook that allows you to help get some baits out of some trees, which if you're not casting at trees, you're not casting in the right way. But anyway, it can help you in a pinch. So we'll really enjoy that paddle. It's a nice balance of price and then good weight. I don't have my graph on today, but I do like that graph. It's pretty basic. Again, economy. You don't need to spend tons of money. Yeah, I do not have a lot of the fancy bells and whistles of side scanning or, I guess, 3D, whatever. I use it for depth, temperature, and to know where the weed lines are. I don't even use it to find fish all that often. By the time your boat's over the fish, they're pretty much gone, unless you're in really deep water like we were the other day in Wellington. Actually, one of the most unique things about my graph system, I have two boats, you've seen them. One is the Old Town Vapor 10. This is my first kayak and probably one of my favorite kayaks. I love this kayak. It's so light. You can take it anywhere. It's easy to lift. And I also have an Old Town Top Water PDL. It's a 12-foot boat, 120 model. Both great boats. I love them both, but and the Top Water PDL has a spot where you can mount the fish finder underneath your that's one. Talk about my fish finder in a little bit. Yeah, so like I was saying, the PDL has a spot for the transducer underneath the boat, but it's kind of a permanent fixture. And because I fish so often switching boats depending on where I'm going is weedy or pretty clean, or if I want to go light versus heavy, I'll switch between boats. And for that I have a mounting system that's called the magnetic fish finder mount. It's essentially a magnet, mounts onto the side of the boat, and I can easily switch between one boat and the other and have the same graph. I have a ball mount on the front of each kayak. One's on the side of my PDL, and this one's right here in the cup holder. And I can easily switch that guy between both boats. Now I paid a little extra for that Lowrance fish finder. I think it's the Hook 2.5, or I forget what it is. I paid a little bit more for that Lowrance to have a GPS function on it. Yeah, we are just catching them up today. Yeah, I did spend a little bit more money on that fish finder to get a GPS on it. I thought I would use that more. I have not used it at all. So my advice, you know, when you're looking at fish finders, know what you're wanting. A GPS will let you mark where you are and where the fish are, but you know, I like to move around and take a look at the bottom and make an educated guess as to where the fish are, and that's all I've really needed. But anyway, that magnetic fish finder mount makes it easy to switch between all of my boats, and boy, what a versatile system. You don't have to screw holes in your boat. You don't need to do much of anything. That is a fish, is it? No. The magnetic fish finder mount, you don't need to screw anything into your boat. You don't need to drill holes. Your warranty's all good, and you're not trading off much in terms of utility, in my opinion. Really nice setup. One of my most important pieces of equipment is my personal flotation device. This guy is kind of a belt style job. It cinches down underneath. This inflates when you expose this section of it to water, and I find it's a good trade-off between safety and then also comfort while fishing. The other ones with my seats impinge on my ability to lean back, so I really like this one. Some people will not like the style that inflates. You do need to This is a few days later. I didn't finish the video because that fish was biting. So I just want to say that your most important fishing gear on your kayak is that PFD. Make sure it's in the boat, but not only in the boat, on your person. The only way it's going to save you is if you're actively wearing it. You never know what's going to happen. So please always wear your PFD. Make sure you have all your safety equipment that's required locally. Thank you so much for coming along, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.